Hey, what's up, North 47, back with you once again on the Golf Club 2019 for the third video in the new revamped, reworked, or updated, whatever term you want to use, tips and tricks. In the first video, we spent a bit of time on the driving range, going through the different clubs and seeing how each one acted, whether it was a straight up shot, fully lofted, fully delofted, half lofted or half delofted, and then towards the end of it then we also played around using the driver, using some or manipulating the tempo and seeing what way the ball trajectory as well as distance would be affected with a fast or slow downswing as opposed to a perfect downswing, and then the same distance wise with a fast or slow backswing as opposed to a perfect downswing. In the previous video then we covered putting, where I showcased a very dangerous method finally revealed to the world by Mr. Hippystein himself. He was very generous to finally, as I say, reveal his putting technique, and it really is an absolutely dangerous method. It can be very accurate from varying distances once you get used to it. I also showcased again briefly the counting method from Lazar Malone over on Twitch, and that's a very accurate method as well. If you're not used to just pulling back and getting a feel for the weight, it's that counter method is very useful for that. If, as I say, if you're not used to just pulling back and judging, okay, the back of the foot would be about 20 feet or some sort of distance like that. But today what we're going to be covering is we're going to be covering ball lie, elevation, wind, and shot distance, and working out your distances as well. And I'm going to be splitting this video into two parts because I'm going to be showcasing a full course, full 18 holes. So this video is going to be the front 9, and the next video will be the back 9. The course that we're going to be playing is on Red Rose Golf Club. That is designed by Sire0329. I think I got the numbers right there. And he designed that for Al, aka Boom Shakalaka 59, who is the main man of the Red Rose Golf community. So he asked me would I feature the course on the channel, and I said that's no problem at all. And I thought, what better way to feature it than by doing this and seeing exactly how well all the stuff that I'm going to be covering in this video will work out. I've never set foot on the course before, so I have no idea what to expect. I've left everything default bar the wind, so I have the wind set for medium and in an easterly direction. Fairways are firm, greens are firm, and green speed is fast. There's only one tee set, that's the red tees, and I'm going to be playing 7,212 yards, and we're going to go with pin set 1. So I will be back in just a second when we hit the first tee. So here we are on the first tee, and I do still have flyovers on, so we might as well have a little look at the course as well, seeing as how it is a first time ever on this one, and so far I'm liking it. It looks very good. I always love this tone of the green, whether it's the rough fairway and the greens themselves. I love that colour combination. Looks like a fairly attackable pin, so let's have a little look, see what the wind is like. I'll say I did set it to medium. It's 9 miles per hour. Okay, so we have... no, am I going to have plenty of room there? I think I should be okay. Perfect should be okay for the driver. There we go, good drive. And more than enough room. Okay, so first up, elevation and distance. As you can see up in the top right hand corner, we've got 130, sorry, I'm looking at my club carry. We've got 139 yards to the pin, and it's down 21 feet. So the elevation, what we always do is we divide the elevation by 3, and because it's downhill, we're going to take that away. So 21 divided by 3 is going to be 7. So we're going to take 7 away from the 139. That's going to be 132. That's pretty much roughly what the shot is playing to the pin. So always keep that in mind when you subtract or add on your elevation. That's what it's playing to the pin. As for the wind, it's almost like a crosswind, but I might just take maybe 3 or 4 more off that just to play safe, just in case the wind does carry it a little bit. So what did I say, 132? So we'll say it's playing maybe about 129 or so. Ball is ever so slightly below the feet, and it's running slightly downhill, and yet again I've gone and done it. I've forgotten to wait for the auto shutdown to kick in before recording. I do it every single time. But anyway, yeah, as I was saying, ball is slightly below the feet. So what I'm going to do, what I used to always do myself, what I'd kind of worked out for judging just say for example if there was absolutely no wind, is now it's very very hard to see because the colour of my clubs and the club heads, but what I'd do is I'd sort of aim it to the point where it looks like the club is going to send the ball directly to the hole. So with it being below the feet, it's going to send it off a little bit to the right. But thanks to the one and only Mr. Hippystein again, from what I can understand, I haven't got much details off him on it just from watching his videos. Keep an eye on that flag marker right above my golfer's head, showing where the flag is, and as soon as it starts to rise or drop, that's when I'm going to stop. So I'm just going to tap out a couple of times. Is it going to move? Oh, there we go. Now it's moved. Okay, so now I should be aimed for if there was no wind, the ball should go directly towards the hole, in theory anyway. Now I'm having a look, because obviously we haven't worked out the wind yet. Now the wind has died down a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to now count out the squares to roughly where the centre of the aiming circle is, so not including the one that the flag is in. I'm going to go from the one next to that onwards. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks to be maybe about 5 out, so I'm going to come back maybe about 5, and I'm going to end up pretty much aiming it on the hole. Now let's have a little work. I've been getting this one to work fairly well, but don't you know, as I'm recording, it's going to go completely wrong, completely wrong. Now wind has changed, as I said, it's turning into more of a tailwind, so we had worked it out to be 132. Maybe I'll take about 5 off that just to be safe. Its angle's turning again a little bit, so 132, take off 5, 127. I think I could either fully loft, what we've learned so far from the driving range, I could either fully loft this pitching wedge, but I think what I'll do is I'll play safe. The greens are a bit firm. And yeah, as soon as they're firm and fast, and I think I'll just slightly deloft this. It's angling again, so I'm going to push just a little bit more to the right. Let's send it onto the green and see how we do. It's a decent strike. As you can see, the ball is coming around nicely. A little bit shy. Oh wait, hold on, got that hop and a roll, so that worked out perfect. Now try and bear in mind as well, I did mention in the putting video that I'm not going to go into full details, so if you hear me saying numbers and stuff with the putting and you haven't watched the putting video yet, do check that out just so you know exactly what I'm doing. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, and give it another 3, this will be 6. I'd say 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little 1 count. There we go. Okay, so we started off with a birdie. Let's see what the second hole has in store. I'm liking the course so far. I'll be going to a par 3 next. Stroke index 1149 yards. So nothing overly long. I love these sort of par 3s actually, and it's very nice little green. I like the trees and the plants on the right hand side. But I love these sort of par 3s, nothing overly long where you're, potentially if there's a strong headwind you could be taking your driver. I like these mid to short range holes for par 3. So we've got 136 again, now it's down 6, so 6 divided by 3, or divided by 2, no sorry, divided by 3 is going to be 2, so that'll be playing at 134 to the pin. Now with that wind I'm going to take off 9. About 8 or 9, so we'll go with 8. So what did I say? 132. It's going to be 124. So that's perfect now again for a gap wedge. Now the wind is slightly angled, so I'm just going to tap. There we go. It's started to move up now. That flag above the flag marker, and I think maybe just another couple of touches out should be just nice. Great swing, and it's coming around nicely. Now has it got the legs to get there? No, it's coming up a little bit shy. Little bit shy. I could have delofted that a little bit again. Let's give this just a little chip. Actually, one thing that I haven't covered as well is I treat myself personally, I treat chips similar to the way that I treat putts. So I'll kind of judge roughly where I'm expecting the ball to touch down, and after the hop start rolling, and then take the break and kind of try and aim for there. But chip wise as well, you're not as dependent, in my experience anyway, from the way that I found it. Yourself or anybody else could completely disagree with me, but in my experience I find that tempo is nowhere near as necessary as it is with any of your other shots. It's more it is there, but it's more based towards a putt. You're still going to get your distance. So well, we got a little 5-yarder, so say just about there. That's not too bad. Got a little bit of a roll. Very slow downswing. And just a little 4-footer. Okay, this should be just a little straightforward tap home, and we'll take the par. So up next we have a par 3 or a par 4. I'm looking at the hole number. Stroke index 3, 276 yards. Ooh, so it's par 4, but it's definitely going to be reachable, depending on the wind. Over the water, so got a lot of danger around us. 2 bunkers guarding the green. Nice big slope there. That may well work in the favour. So what way is the wind? Okay, wind is right to left. 276 now. I mean I can definitely get there with the driver, but I'm going to be swimming off the back, I'd say. But it looks like 2 wood might just carry it, so I think I'm going to take a risk. It's 276 down 13, so we'll try to say about take 4 off there. Maybe 272. Wind slightly angled. Say maybe about 266 with the wind. So yeah, I think I might be just comfortable now with the 2 wood. Just move it out. There we go. Flag markers start to move. Now I'm going to have a look, and again I'm going to count roughly out how many grid squares that's going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm a little bit over by the looks of things, but that can hopefully help as well. And I hope a perfect is going to make this. Oh, I got a fast actually, so that could work even more in the favour. Oh no, is it going to carry the bunker? And it is going to take that slope, I think. It is. It's going to be a long putt. But as I mentioned just there on the tee, or on the flyover, the slope did work in the favour. It's a lengthy putt, alright, 27 feet. Let's see if we can drain this one. So I'll try to do these as quick as I can. They may not be as accurate as what they can be. 3. Sorry if I'm muttering away. 3, 4, 5, 8. 13, 18, 24, 29. It's downhill, so I'll leave it at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and give it about 2.5. 1, 2. Did I give it enough? Oh, just a little bit more. Weight was good on that. A couple of the numbers might have been just a little bit off there. But again, this video I'm not focusing on score. This is more just about demonstrating the other methods or techniques. There we go. So, got the par anyway. Or, actually no, sorry, that was a birdie. That was par 4 and 1, wasn't it? Was indeed. Okay, so that was actually an eagle opportunity, that 27 footer, so unlucky not to get that, and I skipped the flyover. I do apologise. Okay, so but we'll just zoom out. We'll have a little pan back. Very nice, like that little bit of water on the left there. Keep that in mind. That should be, depending on if you're playing on beginner or pro clubs, that could be very much in play. It's not really in play for master clubs, but I do still have to be mindful of the 2 bunkers. Well, that's a beautiful swing. Oh, now am I going to run out of fairway here? I may do. I may well do. And I have done. Oh, but it's a great lie. 93 to 98. I might as well be pretty much in the fairway. So, let's have a look. Ball is well below the feet. It's on a severe slope here. And we've got 170 yards to the pin. It's up 3 feet, so say it's playing 171 yards. Wind is slightly angled, going to be a little bit more. What I'm going to do, let's see, right, straight away now that flag marker, as I started tapping left, that flag marker started to drop. Now I'm going to have a little look, and I'm going to bring it back across about what I consider to be 8, so 1, 2, 3, that's including the one with the flag now, 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So say maybe over to about here. I'm probably going to get this completely wrong, but hopefully that's right. With the wind, oh, I'm almost tempted to club this up just to be safe. Let's see how that goes. Oh, fast downswing, so it may go a little long. It's coming back around nicely though. It is long. It is quite long. And it's back off the green, not to worry. 13-foot chip. Drop that down to lob wedge. Now it is running uphill, so I'll give this pretty much a full swing. It's going to run up a bit for me. It is, and that should leave pretty good par save. I think I'll just aim this here and send it home. So I'm just trying to think, because obviously I don't script any of my videos. I've never scripted a video, to my knowledge anyway. So it's trying to think of things as I'm going, trying to make sure that I cover everything. And again, I'm gonna skip the flyover. That's force of habit, but very nice par 3 again. A little bit longer this time, 183 yards. Very well protected bunker pin here in behind that bunker. Tricky to access. What's a 7-iron going to do? 7-iron with a fast on it might be okay. But then I could easily loft up a 6-iron. Let's go lofting up a 6-iron. Fully lofted. Just shy of fully lofting, and now because we're pretty much level, it's only 2 feet down, so I'm not really going to worry about the elevation. Let's tap it out 8 times and see if that flag marker moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, that's what I'd normally always done with the wind, is I tap out 1 to 1.5 taps for the wind. So let's see, a little bit more. There we go. Now it's starting to move. It's dropped to a 7. How many? Oh no, I've gonna moved it. Hold on. I'm just coming back out again. There we go. Okay, started moving there. Right, let's have a little count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That looks to be pretty much bang on to the middle. Right, let's see if a fully lofted. I have a feeling this is gonna go completely wrong. Fully lofted 6-iron will get me there. Oh, I really pushed that one. I think I'm swimming. Am I swimming? Or are we carrying it? Oh, just enough. Just enough to work with there. A little bit more right, and that was going to swim. Unfortunately, that one did not work out, but that's the way golf goes. It's not always going to work out for you. So, 3/4 swing there. Oh, it didn't turn for me. It didn't turn. And again, what I'll try and do as much as I can as well is just roughly estimate the break on the putts. Oh, but not that badly. Just to save a little bit of time. That's why I'm going to split this one into two parts. Just to say, I want to cover the full 18 holes in this video, but it'll go on a little bit too long. There we go. So was that a bogey, or was that a par? That was a bogey. It was actually par 3. So par 4 coming up. And again, I do apologise, I'm skipping the flyovers. Right, well, wind is not too bad. Got a big drive over. Oh, look at this. Look at this for a fairway. Now that's a tricky landing area. Now I tend to always play a fast downswing off the tee where I can. So I'm going to tempt fate here, and I'm going to aim about here. I'm going to go for that fast downswing, and the fast combined with the wind angled that way should hopefully bring me nicely back into the fairway. There's the fast. It's coming around to it. That looks perfect. Absolutely perfect. Speed that one up. It looks like the ball may be fairly level around the feet there. Which it is. That's pretty much level. So we've got 133 yards to the pin, and it's up 7 feet. So we'll round that to be up 6. Add on 2. It's going to be 135. Now with that wind, we're on a pitch and wedge. 135 without any wind. Pitch and wedge with a little bit of loft on it would be perfect. If I add on, say about 5, call it 140. Just because the wind is slightly angled, just going to move it out a little bit. Right, the flag marker will start to raise, so that should be just perfect now. I'm going to add on 5. I'm going to deloft this to about there on the D, and hopefully that's enough then to counter the wind, and in my head working it out should drop it near to the hole. Decent swing, not too bad at all. It is coming back a little bit left with that angle on the wind. Take that little hop, and that's not bad at all. That's a great approach inside 10 feet. 7 feet to be precise. So usually what I do with the wind, hopefully we can get some examples as we carry on, whether it's in this part or in part 2, of how I work out the likes of headwinds and tailwinds. Usually what I do, if it's a headwind, say that 7 mile per hour headwind, it was perfect headwind there. What I do, just say for example everything's perfectly level, and I had that pitching wedge. Because it's a wedge, what I do is I wouldn't add on 7, I might add on maybe 8 or 9, up to an extra 50% the value of the wind. So just say I'd add on no more than 10. So if it was 135 to the pin, I'd play it more in the region of somewhere around about 140 to 145 yards to the pin, just with that wind. If it was to be a longer shot, as I got to the mid irons up to the long irons, I'd only add on the value of the wind. If it was to be been a tailwind, then it's a very tricky very, very tricky thing again. I'm going to go perfect downswing here. Sorry, I'll get back to the wind in a second. Oh, now I'd say, yeah, the wind should pull that nicely. Have to be careful not to get the fast this time. Oh, and I did. The wind is holding it straightish though. Where's it going to go? I think we're in the rough. Oh, is that rough or fairway? Oh, just in the light rough, but again, it might as well be in the fairway. I've got a perfect lie there. But yeah, if it was to be a tailwind with any of the wedges, what I'd do is I wouldn't take off the full value of the wind. So say again it was 7 mile per hour perfect tailwind, I wouldn't take off 7. I'd only take off maybe about 75-80% of that. So I'd take off maybe 5 to 6 mile per hour, no more than 6, and just let the wind carry it that extra little bit with that extra 1 that I've left on. If it was to be the mid to long irons again, I would take off the full value of the wind. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so we've got 123 and it's up 3, so say it's playing 124 to the pin. We've got a bit of a angled tailwind here, 7 mile per hour. Ball is slightly below the feet, so let's just tap it out until that flag marker moves. There we go. Now let's have a look at the green grid and count them squares out. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're out about 4, right on the line of the 4th and 5th one again. Now remember, that's not including the grid square that the flag is in, right at the edge of the aiming circle there. I'm counting the one from the left of it. So we're pretty much on the 5 there. That looks like it might be about right. What did I say? It's playing about 124. Now we're in the rough, and with that wind I'd probably take off about 5 just to be safe, but I think I'm going to play straight up gap wedge. This may go a little bit long just due to the fact that we are in the rough. Oh, there's a fast downswing. It's not really coming around, and it could be a bit long. Oh, it is. That's going to be a nasty, nasty puck coming back up. I think I mentioned in the first video on the driving range that I do have the habit of letting the fast downswing creep into pretty much all my shots, due to the fact that I do use it the majority of the time off the tee. Zero, it's going to be about 3. Say 9. Ooh, I went out on about 7 there, so 9 and 7, 16. Roughly around about the same again. 23. 25. I'll come back the other way, back to 23, 20, 18. Call it 16, and that was the yeah, that's the last one. There's the flag, or the hole disappearing. So what did I say? 16. Alright, 16, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hopefully I got this one right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's turning nicely. Oh, go on, go on. Oh! Just misjudged a few of those lines. Great butt otherwise though. I think I'll just aim just slightly right of centre on this one, just to be sure. There we go. Okay, so moving on to the 8, we're going to do, as I say, just for this video, I'm going to do 8, the first 9 holes, and the back 9 will be in part 2. Don't skip the flyover. But no, I'll say, absolutely beautiful course so far. So, congratulations, well done to Sir for designing this course for Al. Very nice job. And that's a very, very accessible pin location there. And it's a par 5, 544 yards, so depending on where we land, or where we need to land off the tee, could be attacking this in 2. Do I feel comfortable with driver? I'm definitely not going to carry to that fairway. I don't feel 100% comfortable with the driver, so I'm going to drop back down to the 2 wood here, but we'll go for the fast. There it is. Just creep those extra few yards out of it, hopefully. Wind countered, got it to 257, so I mean the normal carry is 253. So it's going to be 2 wood again, up to the green. Now it is running downhill, so we could have a lengthy putt coming back, but definitely 2 wood all day. What way is the green sloping? Looks like it's going to be sloping not too much left to right. So let's go until that flag marker moves. Come on, there we go. Just bring it back a little bit. Now hopefully the wind will bring that back around reasonably on line with the hole, and then let the green take over. There's the fast again, so it's going to come around a little bit further, and it's going to get those extra few yards. Near enough, actually a touchdown at 252 there, but that's not going too far past. Will be a lengthy putt. Oh, it's gone a lot further than I thought it was going to. Biggish on slope there. Alright, 37 feet. Let's see if we can drain this one for the eagle. Outside chance. Call that 2. 4. Ooh. 7. 10. I'll give that a 2, so that'll be 12. 14, 16, 18. Oh, I'll call it 1, so it's going to be 19. Then we're coming back a bit the other way. Bring it back to 18. Back to 16. And back to 13. It is going uphill, so I'll count this one in to be safe. What did I say there a minute ago? 13, and I'm going to take off 5 on that one, so that's going to leave me 8 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give this about a 4.5 to 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's turning nicely. Is it going to come back? Go on, go on. Oh, unlucky. Great effort there though. Just a couple of them I must have just slightly misjudged. I'll say if you haven't watched it so far, do go and check out the putting video that I've done, as well as the one from Hippystein himself, and give that putting method a go. It is very, very dangerous. Can't see with the foot in the way. Typical. I'll go with 8. And I'll just call that a 6, so 8 and 6, I can't count today, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. A little under a 1 count. Oh, I underhit it. In all fairness though, that initial break where I just counted at 8, that could have easily been a 10 or a 12. But again, I couldn't see as the golfer's foot was in the way. So let's speed it up a little bit. Probably take a bogey here now. Oh, just crept it in the left. A little bit lighter and that was going to lip again. So we'll move on. Finish up on this hole. And that will do it for this first part of the lie, elevation, wind and distances. Very nice open tee shot over the water. Looks like a good landing area. I'd say them 3 bunkers will be in play for at least pro, yeah. If not master as well, depends on the yardage. Very accessible pin location yet again. Nicely in the centre there, but it's a very well guarded green. Some big slopes on there. Looks to be fairly level around the pin. Whether we get there in 2 or not. Oh, so it is a little bit longer. It is a little bit longer than I initially thought it would be. Just fast, pushed it slightly, but it's holding fairly straight. It could be in the rough. Will it kick left? Go on. And it does, okay. Right, so here is, oh well, I was going to say here's where I weigh up the risk reward. I thought it was going to be a little bit further for some reason, where I'd be saying would I take in the risk of trying to carry the water or not. But we've got 264 yards to the pin. Ball is quite a bit above the feet, so again, let's have a little look. Let's pan out left, pan out to the right until that flag marker starts to drop or raise. There we go, start to drop there. So let's pull it back right to where it started. Let's have a little look at the grid squares. It's kind of hard to see, they're a bit off screen, but right where the left arrow of the aiming circle is, that's the row of grid squares that the flag is on. So I want to count 7, actually 8 out from that, and then see 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I want to come back, I think, pretty much just very slightly right of the of where the pin would be. And let's give this a good whack. Hopefully I can get perfect this time. There we go. Pushed it a little bit though. I pushed it. It has gone off to the right on me. And I'm gonna be just off the green on the little sliver of fairway. But again, it's par 5, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. 13. And yeah, again, we go lob wedge and near enough to a full swing. It's going to run up for me. Go on. I should have stayed with the sand wedge, I think. And we will just drop this in. There we go. Okay, so not too bad so far on this front 9. What do we finish at there? 3 under. A little bogey on the 5th, but not to worry about that. Again, as I said earlier, I'm not going for score anyway. Just showcasing the course and demonstrating the other methods. That will do it for this first part. Second part, obviously going to be picking straight back up on the back 9. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to drop it a like. And if you're new to the channel or you haven't already, please do subscribe if you wish to. And click that bell icon so you stay notified of all future uploads from myself. And until the next one, part 2 of this video. Take care, have yourselves a good one, and bye for now.